everyone, Melissa here. I'm back with another video, and this week I have an awesome success story for anyone working on manifesting communication with someone, whether it's someone you know, someone you don't know, someone you haven't talked to in a long time, somebody you just want to get back in touch with, and especially if it's someone that you have no way of reaching them, no contact info. I think this success story, this video is really going to help you. And before I get into today's video topic, just a reminder, I have some awesome courses available online, affirmation bundles for specific desires, also a few courses on just reclaiming your power as creator in your reality. So if you want to check out my courses, the link will be in the description of this video. I also am currently available for one-on-one coaching if you want help with your specific circumstances. Link will also be in the description. Okay, so let's get into this success story. This happened to me recently, and it was such a fun one, and I just wanted to share. So a lot of times I see clients also wanting to get back in touch with somebody, or wanting to get in touch with somebody, period. Maybe they've been blocked, maybe they've been ghosted, maybe there's been a breakup, maybe there's been just a falling out in a relationship, or maybe they just lost touch. And for all of those scenarios, it always remains the same. Really, for any manifestation, any experience you would like to have in your reality, the process is always the same. The basics, the fundamentals are always the same. Your thoughts create. Your reality is a byproduct of your constant perception. How you perceive things will maintain certain narratives and circumstances in your reality, and when you change your perception, things in your reality change. I always go back to this Wayne Dyer quote, but it's my favorite. When you change the way you think about things, the things you think about change. So let's apply this to get in contact with somebody. Okay, so a while back, I went to an event and I saw someone, and it was the husband of someone I haven't talked to in a really long time. And immediately when I saw that person, I thought, oh my gosh, I would really like to talk to his wife. It's been so long. I would love to catch up, and just I just would really love to have that person back in my life regularly. So I had that thought. I didn't really focus on it too much. I was present in my current circumstances, and then I went home. And later that week, maybe like a day or two later, I looked in my phone because I remembered, oh, I saw that person. I want to get back in touch with his wife. So I looked in my phone and I realized I didn't have that person's phone number. So I thought, well, shoot, I really was hoping to call her, and now I don't even have a way to reach her. So then I thought, you know what? At some point, I'll reach out to a mutual friend and get it. I'll figure it out. But I was pretty bummed because in that moment I really wanted to talk to that person. So I just thought, you know what? It's okay. Somehow I'll get the number, and I just went on about my day. I wasn't constantly like worrying about it. I wasn't constantly thinking about it. I wasn't thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get to talk to them again or see them again, or how is it gonna happen? I just accepted what was in front of me. Okay, right now in this current moment, I don't have this person's number. I really want to talk to them. I have no way to reach them. You know what? It's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. I'll get the number somehow. It's all going to be fine. And then I kept forgetting to ask people who I thought would have it over the next few days. From the time of the event where I had the initial desire, this is probably like 4 or 5 days later, I realized, oh shoot, I forgot to ask for that number. I forgot to check to see if somebody had that number. All that time, I still had not heard from this person, no inkling of any kind of contact. I hadn't been searching for other ways to reach out, but I had the idea, the thought in my head that, oh, I don't have a way to contact them right now. I need to find it. I don't have a way to contact them right now. Again, I wasn't checking my phone a bunch. I wasn't worrying about it a lot, but I had the idea that, you know, I'll get into contact with them, but I personally don't have a way to reach out, okay? So that was my story. That was the truth I was perceiving about the situation. And then I just went on about my life for the next, day or two. And then on, 8 days after I initially saw 8 days after I initially had the desire, I had a phone call on my phone from a number I didn't know. And at first I was like, oh, I'll let it go to voicemail. I don't know who that is. And then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to answer it. So I answered it, and guess what? It was the wife. It was the person that I have been wanting to get in touch with that I didn't have her number. She called me. And you know what she said? The first thing she said to me, hey, I've been thinking about you ever since my husband said he saw you last week, but I didn't have your number. So I had to reach out to so-and-so and get it. I really have been wanting to talk to you. So, okay, that just totally blew my mind. Not because I didn't think it was possible, because anything is possible, but because the whole time I was thinking, I don't have her number, I need to get it. Guess what? She was thinking the same thing. I don't have Melissa's number, I need to get it from someone. And the second I had the desire, she had the desire to reach out to me as well. So everything is a projection of your awareness. I had the desire to communicate with somebody. It pushed out into my experience. It was such a cool mirror of what was going on in my mind. From no way, a way was found. I had no way to reach out to her. She found me. And she found me because I had the desire that I wanted to be speaking with her. I wasn't constantly focusing on how am I going to get the number? Who am I going to get it from? What if they don't have it? How am I going to find her? What if she changed her number? What if I never get to talk to her again? What if? I didn't do any of that. I didn't put myself through that torture. Sometimes when people really want communication back with someone, it's like an obsession, and you're constantly trying to figure out how to do it out here and giving yourself all these reasons why it's not possible. And don't do that to yourself. First of all, it feels terrible. You can definitely put your mental energy towards something much better, much more productive, much more positive. And second of all, when you do that, you're holding on to a narrative of this isn't possible, it's not happening. And it's only ever the present moment. You're only ever experiencing the present moment. So if you're thinking this is not possible, it's not happening, you're doing that in every single present moment until you change that story. So I would suggest if you're trying to get contact with somebody and you don't have a way to contact them, or maybe you're blocked or you're ghosted, doesn't matter what happened in the past. Don't even consider any of that information. You start from scratch and you say, I'd really like to talk with them. And then you let it be. You don't try to dig for a way to reach out. You don't try to think about all the reasons why they don't want to talk to you. You just assume it's happening and you let it be. They want to talk to me too. I'm gonna be able to talk to them. At some point, it's unfolding right now because it's only ever now. The moment I have the thought, it's already unfolding. That's another fun little tip is the second you have a desire, just immediately assume that it's already in the process of manifesting for you, because that's actually true. Because it's only ever now, your perception is your power. If you assume something is true, you're going to experience that truth in your reality. So I just really wanted to share the story because it was so fun. First of all, I didn't lift a finger. Out here. I didn't try to search. One time after I had the thought, I looked in my phone, realized I didn't have the number, and I let it be. I kept telling myself, oh, I should do this in the 3D, but I never actually did it. I wasn't, I was too busy doing other things. I was focused on other things. I wasn't worried about this thing. I wanted it. I definitely wanted it, but I wasn't super focused on why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? How am I going to get it? I don't know how I'm going to get it. What if they don't want to talk to me? Why isn't it here yet? Don't do that to yourself. Just hold the assumption that it's all working out. It's all unfolding. You're speaking to them regularly, or you're going to be speaking to them soon. It doesn't matter the tense that you think it in, the tense that you say it in. What matters is the intention behind it, the label you're giving it, the truth you're attaching to it. So for me, when I said, oh, it's fine, I'm, somehow, some way I'm going to get to talk to them, that's technically a future tense way of thinking about it. But for me, it implied that it's all working out, we're talking. Okay, so that's the trick. Keep it light and bring yourself back to your power. In every moment, you're either thinking towards your desire, you're either assuming things that support your desire, or you're thinking contrary to it. And if you're thinking contrary to it, switch it up. Do I really want to experience that? Do I really want to keep thinking about that? It feels pretty bad. No, okay, I got to change my story. Every day you're either believing in your power or you're giving it away. Are you giving your creative power away to a crappy story from the past that doesn't matter anymore? Are you giving your power away to an assumption that somebody doesn't want an interaction with you, that somebody doesn't want to talk to you? Are you giving your power away to an assumption that there's no way for me to ever reach them again? It's impossible for me to get contact? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. How can I assume anything better? How can I assume anything better? And then keep it light and go on with your life. Don't hyper focus on where is it? That's just going to keep the narrative of where is it in your experience, in your reality. Okay? So I just was super excited to share the story because it was so fun. While I wanted to talk to her, she wanted to talk to me. While I thought I needed to find her number, she thought she needed to find mine. And she reached out to me. I didn't have to do a thing. So you can do it too. Try this out with, do a little experiment. Think about somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. And I would suggest for this experiment, maybe think about somebody where you don't believe that there's a negative story attached to them, like you don't feel like something bad happened in the past that made them not want to talk to you. Just somebody you haven't talked to in a while, okay? And just start thinking about them. Start thinking about, I'd really like to get back in touch with them. I'd really like to talk to them. I'm sure you've had this happen for you in your own life too. You think about somebody and then all of a sudden they call you, or you run into them at the grocery store, or somebody mentions them and then they text you. That's not a coincidence. That's because you brought it into your awareness and you continued to be aware or in the state of being in which you two talk, you two communicate. Okay? So try it out. Put some success stories in the comments. Also, if there's other videos you would like to see, please put that in the comments. And I intend to have an amazing week ahead.